Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's Super here and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat video. So today I'm doing this video pretty much based off popular requests, and this is not specific to Mortal Kombat X, but I just have MKX here because MKX is the GOAT, and I know a lot of people came to my channel from MK11, MK1, or like newer people who never really played MKX, so maybe you guys will learn something from this beautiful game. But the theme of this video is, how do I learn new characters? That's pretty much it. I get asked this every single video, or almost every single video, and I try to reply as best as I can, but it all just boils down to practice. And I want to emphasize that more than anything in this video. The way you learn is by practicing. Repetition. Practice, repetition. Practice, repetition. Do you guys know how many times I have done the Sonic Fox combo in training mode over the years? Do you know how many times I have done this combo? Thousands of times. It's fun for me to do these combos. And this, I just want to emphasize this before I start talking about anything. Practice, practice, practice. 90% of the time my console's on, I'm in training mode. I only play online pretty much when I record videos, which is about a few hours a week. Other than that, I'm in training mode, doing combos, and just, I don't know, if there's a situation that I got caught in, you know, I use the AI to help me learn how to deal with that situation. But anyway, practice, practice, practice. All right, so now we got that out of the way. So once you come into practice mode, because this is just assuming you don't know the character at all. I'm gonna assume that you know how to do runs, you know how to like do run cancel combos, you know, stuff like that. You just don't know how to play Iron Black. So the first thing that I do is I go into the moves, I look at the normals, I look at the frame data, and I do that for the most important normals that lead into the most important combo strings. So sometimes I don't even look at the normals first. Sometimes I just look at the combos first. And I do go through like every single combo when I'm learning a new character, brand new character. But for the most part, in every single Mortal Kombat, every character has absolutely useless combos that you should never even think about. Most of the characters, you're only going to be using about 2 to 4, and I think 4 max combo strings. That's right, just 2 to 4 combo strings. Just learn those combo strings and learn the normal buttons attached to those combo strings, and that's all you need to know to start off with a character. And other than that, learn the pokes. What are the best pokes? For Iron Black, you're going to be using down 1, and you're going to be using down 4. Forget down 3 even exists. Just don't even think about it. You're just going to be using down 1. That's going to be your fastest poke. And your furthest reaching poke, where you get free offense after, is down 4. And it's a low too. Those are going to be your counter pokes. And then the combo strings that you want to learn, of course, you want to see what the first button is, right? You want to see the frame data of what the first button of that combo string and how fast it comes out. So for example, I don't really use stand 1. I don't really use this too much with Iron Black because you could jump that, but that comes more later when you kind of know more advanced stuff and you know more advanced strategies. But for example, 2-1-1-2-2. How many times do you guys see me use this combo string? Hold on, let me just have them set to block. How many times do you guys see me use this combo string when I'm playing Aaron, right? 90% of the time I'm using this combo string. So of course I want to know, how fast does this start up? Hey, look, stand 2, 9 frames startup. Compared to this, which is 8 frames, if you really are, if the punish depends on 1 frame, of course you want to use your fastest button. A lot of times you're going to want to use your fastest button with your character. But for Aaron Black, as an example, you want to start off with 2-1-2-2 just because it leads into his more damaging combo string, and it's only off by 1 frame. For example, if my stand 2 was like 12 frames, then of course I would want to use my 8 frame attack to get a punish. So that's why frame data is so important. what other combo string do I use? His overhead, right? That's really popular. Forward 1, you don't even need to know that ender. Forward 1, 3. Okay, forward 1, 3. Forward 1 starts 23 frames. Hey, look at this rising hook. What the hell is this? Forget that even exists. Don't even put that in your memory bank. Just skip that. Useless moves, you don't want them to cover any room in your head because you already have enough to learn. Useless attacks, useless moves, stuff like that, don't even pay attention to them. But this is 23 frames, right? What other combo strings lead to his mix-up? Back 3-3 or back 3-2. That starts in 14 frames. Oh, okay. So it's going to be a lot faster to start with this than this, right? So that's your mix-up option. And what other combo strings do I use with Aaron? That's pretty much it. I use 1-1 whenever I punish someone in Outlaw because 1-1 is plus as hell. If you want to use block pressure, which, you know, that's a little bit more advanced. This is more just basics and how I start off learning. But even block stun is very important when you're trying to learn a new character. Like you're going through the moves, you're looking at the frame data, you're like, whoa, 1-1 is +2 on block. Guess what? If I do this, it makes my down 1. My down 1 normally is 7 frames. But if I do 1-1 and then I immediately down 1, that +2 on block makes my down 1 5 frames. So it's that +2 that you guys see right here. It takes away 2 frames from my down 1 because I have 2 extra frames that I could move before my opponent does. So a lot of times you guys will see Aaron Black players do this and then this because this gives you free offense. 1-1 gives you free offense pretty much. And of course, if your opponent blocks that, then you give up your turn. But frame data is super important when you're learning a new character. Let me see what else. Yeah, so 2-1 to 2. It's -1. How many times have you guys seen me do this? 2-1 to 2 and then immediately down 1. The reason is because it's only -1. So if my opponent is not like ready to down poke, then I could get my 7 frame will beat a lot of things that they're gonna do. So especially if they're like, instead of trying to counter poke, they trying to go into their normal combo strings, catch them with a down 1, and then I start my offense. Down 1 is +14 on hit, meaning that if my opponent is a masher and they try to mash after, here, let me do this. I think I had already, let me see. Oh no, I have to do it again, okay. Alright, so if my opponent's a masher, right? And he tries to, like, after I hit him with a down 1, look at me, like, mashing Predators down 3. No matter what, he cannot do anything to stop me from guaranteeing myself a stand 2 because I have such frame advantage on him. I can move way faster than he can. So, of course, what does he have to do? He has to block. I can't jump. I can't neutral duck. I can't backdash. I can't mash. That's why frame data is, again, really important. And some people overlook how important frame data is. If you know this, if you know these things, you're going to have a huge advantage on your opponent because most people don't care about frame data. But frame data is so important when it comes to Mortal Kombat and just fighting games in general. And they give you the frame data right here, which a lot of times you guys see me do this, only -1, I'm mashing down 1. But if my opponent blocks it or they counter poke me because their poke will beat me out, then okay, I'm like, okay, I know that he knows this, so I'm going to stop doing that. And then instead of doing that, then I start going in with this, and if they're trying to, you know, press the button as fast as they can, they might get punished for it. So just to go over it again, whenever I want to learn a character, I come in here, I take a look at, you know, his important normals, the frame data, the pokes are always super important. Does he have mix-ups? And I take a look at, you know, the core like 4 combo strings that I'm going to be using. And then like 2-1 to 2 is not an easy combo string. A lot of people struggle using this combo string, but look how clean my buttons are just because I practice it so much that it's just like second nature to me. 2 and 1, 2, 2, 2 and 1, 2, 2, 2 and 1, 2, 2. Practice, practice, practice. Because if you press one button too many in NetherRealm games, you actually cannot cancel into normal attacks. So I'm gonna press one extra button, so that's the clean one right there, 2 and 1, 2, 2. But I'm gonna press another 3, or I'm gonna be mashing my triangle, and you guys are gonna see it. It's not gonna be able to cancel into the sand grenade. So I did one extra triangle, and then I did my sand grenade, and it doesn't come out because that's just how NetherRealm Studios games are. So you really need to be precise, and that's why you need to practice. So you practice your combo strings, you see which ones you're going to use. You know, in this case, it's just going to be that 1-1 if you want to pressure. And then, you know, some of the more advanced things come in, like for example, well, obviously another thing that I do is I take a look at all their moves. I always forget to mention the moves because I know them already. But as far as Aaron Black, you know, this is your zoning tool. From up close, you want to do your meter burn sand trap. And the unique thing about Aaron Black is he actually has different ranges for a sand trap. He has close, he has medium, and then he has far. So if you want the sand trap to be used in pressure, this is a true block string. They cannot armor. And the sand trap leaves you at plus, let me see, +6, right? Yeah, +6 on block. Meaning that a lot of times you're going to get this for free if you're in range, and then you could combo into that. It's called a frame trap. But you want to make sure you do the close one. So just input the normal sand trap, meter burn back forward 3, but then after you press close, and it makes it the close one. And that's the only one that's useful for Aaron. So you look at that. Let me see what other combo strings or what other moves are important. Of course, what's going to be your wake up? Your slide is going to be your wake up. Slide is another good combo ender. It's going to be something that gives you range, you know, try to catch your opponent off guard. You have your caltrops, which damage over time, pretty self-explanatory. And then your command grab is going to be another really important tool. So you just like look at your, you just memorize those specific moves, and those are the only ones that you keep memorized. And for the most part, Aaron Black. So that's just like the basic Aaron Black, right? And then, unfortunately, it gets a little bit more difficult because in MKX you have your variations. But these are going to be your core moves that you do with Aaron Black in, you know, pretty much every single variation. And then after that, after you know the basics with the character, then you go into his specific moves that are unique to his variation. But you want to learn the basics first. You don't even need to learn the variation. You could just learn the basics first. So once you have all that down, you go to YouTube, you type in whatever character you're using, you watch combo videos, and you also watch videos from people who upload full matches to see how they play. That's why I like uploading full matches as well, because it kind of helps guide people like, oh, how do you play Aaron Black? How is Super playing Aaron Black? You know, sometimes zoning, stuff like that. I rarely use this because, you know, it could get punished from some characters like Predator. I don't really use a random slide or anything like that. I do a lot of counter poking. I do a lot of blocking, take my turn, respect the frame data, and then I use 2 and 1, 2, 2 all the time. 2 and 1, 2, 2, mash down 1, 2 and 1, 2, 2, sand grenade, and then a little bit more advanced tactic is the 2-1-1 tick throw. So this one's a little bit difficult and complicated because you have to input 2-1-1, you have to input that combo string, but before the third hit comes out, you have to do the command grab. So this is going to require a ton of practice because it took me a while to get used to it, but once you get used to it, it'll be easy. And then you could, you know, start mixing things up like that. Boom. Go in for it. Catch your opponent. It's a really strong tool once you get to learn it, but that comes a little bit more after you get the basics down of what your character has. And a lot of the basic bread and butter combos that you're gonna get it from other people. You're gonna be, watching a video of mine, and you're gonna see me stop blocking. You're gonna see me do something like this. Let me see. This is for Gunslinger specifically, but that's your Gunslinger bread and butter combo. So you're gonna see that, right? You're gonna see 2-in-1 tick throw. You're gonna see me use that a lot. You're gonna get an idea of the potential of your character. So once you get down a couple of bread and butter combos, I already uploaded the video of the guy like crying, like, man, you're spamming, because I was going in for 2-in-1 2-2 a lot, putting him in a combo situation, putting him in a reset vortex situation. Here, let me switch to outlaw, show you guys what I was doing. And they think it's like spamming because you're doing the most optimal combo for that character. So you do this. This right here guarantees you a mix-up. It's really good. 1-1 is plus 30 on hit, meaning that you have 30 frames, half a second that you can move before your opponent can. So whenever I do this to someone, I'm guaranteed this, and I'm guaranteed this. So it's a free mix-up. I sacrifice my potential damage to put them in a mix-up situation. But if you don't want to do that, you go for 2-in-1 2-2. Then you do a bread and butter combo like this. So this right here is a combo from 2015 that Sonic Fox came up with in the Fatal 8 tournament, and we have been doing it since 2015. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do a combo that you could do it doesn't even have to be the most optimal combo. It doesn't have to do the most amount of damage. It just has to do good damage compared to, this, for example, right? Okay, you do that. That's like the easiest thing you could do, 25%. But if you learn how to do something that's a little bit more optimal, in this, it is harder to do. You are going to practice it more, but instead of doing 25%, you're doing 31%. If you don't want to do that one, you could do something like this. It involves a little run, so it's still kind of challenging. After this, after 1-1, you do have to run a little bit, but it's easier than the neutral jump. The neutral jump combo, even I drop it sometimes, because the neutral jump is a little bit tough to time sometimes, because sometimes you do a neutral jump too early, too late. Sometimes it doesn't even come out. So you're only going to be learning about 2 combos, 3 combos, maybe 2 combos with different moves. For example, this is my combo if I pocket Sandy, right? Okay, so this is one combo. You could end it in whatever. You could end it in the command grab. You could end it in the setup. So that's one combo. My other combo, in case I get you with this. Here, let me do this, because sometimes... Okay. Sometimes you're going to hit your opponent just with the ender, and a lot of times I don't even complicate it. Oh, I think he has to block. Anyway, all right, so I'm just going to do this. Let's go back. Okay, sometimes I do 2-1 2-2 on block, and then people try to mash at the end, and they just get hit by this, right? So let's just say I just hit him with this. Instead of, like trying to be prepared to neutral jump, and this would be the optimal thing if you neutral jump. Because then you could go into this, go into your normal BNB combo, right? So that would do 32, but I don't even do that because sometimes you're not going to be ready to like do a neutral jump right away. Sometimes it'll catch you off guard, so I just do this. So instead of doing, 32, I'm doing 30. But I'm sacrificing 2% to make it so much easier because it's so easy to do this compared to like, oh man, I gotta be ready. What if I drop it? It doesn't have to be the most optimal combo, but it has to be a combo that's consistent, that still does good damage for your character, and one that you could easily do. So, okay, that's 2 combos that I know, right? And then the other combo, just know 1 combo in the corner. That's it. All you need is 3 combos. 3 combos, 2 to 3 combos, really. is all you need for you to be successful. Like, just know, okay, if I happen to let the combo string rock a little bit too much, I could do this in this variation. Okay, in this variation, you're gonna stop him like this. This is another Sonic. Oh, my controller. Ugh, I think I need to buy a new controller, guys. So this combo, again, invented by Sonic Fox. A lot of my Sonic Fox, or a lot of my inspiration for Aaron comes from Sonic Fox, because, you know, he used Sonic Fox to become an Evo champion, and, you know, he's the Sonic Fox player. Or I confuse Sonic Fox and Aaron. That's how, like, linked they are. But let me switch to Gunslinger, because, you know, depending on the variation, you have to switch up your combo. You get different options with different variations. So in Gunslinger, if I, instead of doing the blade, if I let this rock, I could actually do this up move, up grenade. And then I get this combo instead, which does a lot more damage. A lot of times you're gonna want to let it rock to actually do that. And then you could switch up whatever, you know, whatever you want from the combo. Once you have down your bread and butter, you could change it up. You could do this. You could do 3 of those and then still get a combo. You could go with this. I like doing this combo. See, this combo's harder. So I don't do it all the time, but it does a tiny bit more damage than you normally would. Set up your caltrops, and yeah, that is literally it. I don't know what else I could tell you guys. With Predator, same thing. I only do 3 combos. I do this, and if I need damage, I go in for this. Right? That's 1 combo. I have a different variation if I want to go for a setup. Boom. Set this up. Set that up. Make a harder block situation. And any sort of like stab, I go in for the Sonic Fox combo. That's off a wake up. See, I still drop it. But any sort of hit confirm. Going for the Sonic Fox combo because it does the most damage. And even that, I could go in for a setup. So that's pretty much 2 combos, because you start off with this, and then the other one, if your opponent is good and they know that this is unsafe, you could throw in the meter burn trap. And that's your 3rd combo right there. And you improvise it with whatever you want. So pretty much 3 combos that I do with Predator. If I don't want to do the Sonic Fox combo, or I don't have 2 bars of meter, you could literally do the same combo as if you were to do this. Look, it's the same. So that's all you need, guys. That's all you need. You just three combos. That's it. 2 combos mid-screen with different punishes or different normals. Moves. Or and 1 corner combo. That's pretty much it. Combos that you could rely on, that you could do. And that's how you start with a character. So just to reiterate, just go over everything. What you want to do first, come into training mode. Look at your important combo strings. Just get 4 of them. 4 combo strings at most. Look at the frame data for the normal attack that starts that combo string. Look at the frame data from the combo strings. Like this, I would only use in the air for a combo extension, or in pressure, +2 on block, right? Look at your frame data. Look at your down 1, down 4 frame data. Sometimes down 3s are better than down 4s. Not in Aaron Black's case, but for example, Predator, you don't want to use down 1 ever. Like, this sucks. You want to use down 3. Look at how fast that is compared to this, right? And then from range, you want your down 4. That's all you need to know with Predator. You want to know that this is a nice myth for him. You could actually hit confirm this. You want to use this. It's a high, but it reaches far. You want to know his low. You want to know his like little mid overhead. In this variation, instead of doing stand 3-2, which the second attack is an overhead, you could do stand 3 into low. But I'm still doing like this is based off this combo string. That's this one, and this one. 4 combo strings. That's it. That's pretty much the whole game plan. And then after that, down 4, down 3, and you go from there. So just memorize like about 4 combo strings. Learn from people on YouTube that do combo videos. Maybe don't do like the most optimal combo videos, but combo videos give you an idea of like what your character is capable of, and then just try to do something that you actually would do in a match instead of a combo video. And then that's where like watching someone who plays a full match comes into play, because then you could just copy what they do. Copy the combo string or the combos that they use to get damage, and then copy what they're doing in neutral. You know, for example, me, Aaron Black, or Predator, I do this a lot. Right? This is a gimmick. People don't want to spend time in training mode, right? Look at this. Alright. Alright. That's a punish. This is a punish all day. Oh my goodness. Is my controller like fucking up that much, or this is a punish all day? But people never punish me with that. Never. Only people who have played this game for a while know. Punish. You know? So use training mode to your advantage, but you know, just take what I told you, and hopefully that helps you out as far as like learning new characters. In Mortal Kombat X, I think it's a little bit easier because you could just use the one variation that's like the most popular and just kind of learn the character from that. But MK11 actually really easy to learn characters in that game. Super easy, because you don't have the complicated run combos that you do in this game, and you don't have the complicated cameo combos in MK1. MK1 is actually pretty hard to learn new characters because you don't only have to learn the character, but you have to learn how the cameo works with that character, and it makes it a lot harder. So if you want to learn characters in MK11, super easy. Do exactly what I told you, and you don't even need to learn 3 combos in that game. You could just learn 1. You could learn like pretty much 2 combo strings, 1 combo mid-screen, 1 combo in the corner, and just learn the frame data, because in that game, counter poking is super important. And in MK1, to learn your own character, still the same apply what I told you guys, and then just work in a cameo that you're familiar with, and then explore from there. But that's it for today's video, guys. I hope I never write a script. I just go I just improvise. Like I've never written a script for any single video ever. I just improvise. Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. So I hope that I explained how I learn a character in a way that at least some people could understand. But I think you guys get the point that you really need to practice and spend time in training mode to learn a character. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.